Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Tales for Revedia. This is where we play D&D. I don't think Ethan dabbed, so I'm not going to comment on it, even though it's kind of disappointing. Um, but yeah, it's been a bit. We were off last week, I believe. I don't think we played last week, but we're back. And last session, boy, was that something, as we learned a lot about some of our fellow party members who had been doing a pretty good job about keeping their secrets to themselves. Still to themselves, technically. Alpha Bugs, thanks for following. So, just as a brief recap, our party is currently outside of the northern seas of Revedia, as they were hunting down an old friend of good old Jungum. A figure who had been rather elusive up to this point, but they'd been aware of their existence, and also Jungum was aware that it was someone she was related to. Eventually, after chasing them down, they found them at this sort of temple. After a brief scuffle before they were able to come to a brief, or so far brief, peaceful understanding, they learned that the objective of this figure was to get into the temple to get a prayer answered. Unsure of what god this temple could belong to, but still knowing that it had some sort of mystical powers that worked, he was able to convince them to journey with him into the temple so they could get some questions of their own answers as well, so he could get his. And that is about where we're leaving off. Is the party, two members, had just had an experience of these very strange visions from their past, searching for answers. And yeah, we are picking things up right outside the excuse me. I believe, yes, you guys are still in the temple chambers. Last we had left off.
I don't think
Right
we
outside
moved.
the vision.
Yeah, we didn't move from that central chamber thingy yet.
Taryn, did you just finish your vision if I remember correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's before we step on the tile that makes the temple collapse on us. So.
Oh no
Yeah.
no! It's a tripwire here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm too
you,
busy to check for traps. You're on your own.
yeah, you just stepped over it before you guys came in, but once you get out, you'll probably end up tripping on it.
Please, someone please cast Find Traps. The helpers is out of power.
I think I just stood up and walked away last.
Oh yeah, we both did that.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even say anything. I just, walked past and just kept on, walking.
Yeah, I think Kalis said to everyone, I need some air. He walked outside and drowned.
I think come down yet. We've got a couple hours.
My room. My room. My room.
Drink break.
Thanks for hanging in there, folks.
Yeah. So as you both make your way off this sort of large pedestal, and you see the robed sort of priest slash guide figure, as they refer to themselves, as kind of look at the both of you. I assume you both have what you came for. Also gesturing towards the imp off to the side.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
And now that you have this, will you be staying in the waters of this temple, or will you be going back on your ways?
I feel like I'm left with more questions than answers.
I don't. My path is pretty clear.
I look towards my brother. I want to see if he's satisfied with what he found out
Make me an insight check.
No, you want me to make one of those? Let's do this. Big money, big money, big money. The first one I wrote was an 11.
Kind of taking a moment to examine his face. It's a rather strange experience. You don't think you've ever seen him with this sort of almost solemn-like expression on his face, but it's hard to get a read into exactly what he's thinking. But it does whatever he seems to have been told hasn't put him in the best mood.
Well, I guess that's what he gets for trying to find the stuff out. I'm gonna look towards my party like, are we good now?
Well, I think good is a very subjective term, but I think that we've done all we can here.
Okay. What do you think, Zelthar?
Personally, I'm not one for predictions on the future. I'd rather make my own path rather than let some other force tell me.
Oh, I guess I could just. Do I know who the Lord of the Moving Wilds, who is a big feature of my vision, is in character?
You definitely would have heard of the figure. Yeah. Like, you probably wouldn't have seen him directly, but usually when someone's the lord of a place, people who live in it tend to know of their existence. Um, to
But does he like primarily live in the Moving Wilds, or does he go to the Feywild too?
well, the Moving Wilds is like sort of half in, half out of the Feywild. While the Moving Wilds itself is his domain, you would know that like where his sort of center of operations would be in the Feywild because that's where he draws his power from.
Do I know anything about him? Like, is he a Fey creature?
He is a Fey Lord, or Archfey. That's the word. He's one of the many Archfey that inhabit the Feywilds, like the Lord of Moon and Night. I think her name's like the Wild Enchantress. The Bear King is one. There's a few,
Right.
and they're all very interesting folk.
But
Is
this
it?
guy doesn't have like a name. He just has a title.
No, none of them have names. Just
Huh.
titles. And like as I said before, like if you want to like imagine like how they are, the Daedra from Skyrim is a very good like analogy for their temperaments at times.
Oh, the prince is right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good old, fickle, all omnipotent beings.
Some a little bit more like that than others, but all known for that sort of callousness towards mortals and strong unpredictability. My throat. So, as she steps off the pedestal, kind of looks. Shall I be escorting you all out then? Would you like to stay the night? I would be careful about making a return trip if you decide to stay, but I assume you'll have some capabilities. Unless you're not fans of the water.
Yes, we voyaged here. I also have to decline your offer. I have things I must do, and if I'm honest, I haven't given any thought to an afterlife, or a prolonged one.
And the figure kind of gives like a sort of faint smile. She says, it's of no concern. Once you've made your decision, if you choose to come here, you will find a way.
Are you well here? Have you need of any supplies, or I can't predict your needs.
I will be just fine for a long time.
Well, that's good then. Though troubling, you and this place have been a help.
I'd like to hope so. And continue to be so for the next person who comes through those doors. Fucking hit my mic. Okay, we're good. You watch as the figure walks towards the bong. Beyond. I don't fucking imp. And doesn't really kind of speak much. He just kind of gives a nod, avoiding their touch as they walk forward and kind of makes his way over to the rest of you all. I'm ready to leave this place when you guys are. I don't want to stick around here too much longer.
Yeah, we're on a time limit.
Yeah, that too.
You'll explain what you saw to us back on the ship, won't you?
Yeah, on the ship, not in here. Kind of, oops, he got big. Okay, well, he's staying big now. As he begins making his way, following the rest of you all. As you guys make your way further and further past the various stone statues scattered across the floors, and eventually back out towards the large front door of this place. You hear what's it called? Oh shit. She said she'd be right back. Okay. Oh. I looked away for a second, and then when I looked back, and she was there. Okay, that worked out. You see him pull out from these long sleeve. What's it called?
Scarves. So many scarves.
I've got scarves.
It's actually just one really long scarf, thank you. None of that multicolored stuff.
Like magician scarf.
But you see him pull out these 3 vials kind of in between his fingers as he brings his hand out from his sleeve. He hands one over to Byong and then one to both Taryn and Kalis, the people who I've been playing this game with for almost over a year.
Over a year.
I'll equal your slip of the mind. Who is pulling these out? If it's not Beyond.
I don't know. I don't honestly. I forgot the priest figure's name. If I'm being totally. It just fucking poofed out of my head.
It's
right there. Yeah,
Coalesce.
Or Bud, Coalesce.
Because I scrolled up in the chat earlier to see if I could see it, but I looked and I was like, oh, I don't see his fucking name, so I'm just gonna not say it and hope nobody asks.
I wrote it down. Don't worry, guys.
Alright, thank God for that.
I probably didn't spell it the way you wanted to, but I got it.
As he pulls out a vial for each of you of this the familiar blue liquid that you see filling the various pools, and even as you touch it, you can feel like sort of like the frost and condensation forming around it. Just if you should ever change your mind, or there's somebody else who's willing to not face their truths, it won't. This is a rather crude solution, but it'll be sufficient enough. You won't be able to join the ever living waters of this temple, but whatever happens to them will be painless.
Um, I'm sorry, what is this you're handing us?
As I said, it's a rather crude solution as compared to the eternal life here, but if you decide that this is not a journey you're interested in taking anymore, it will end it.
And what?
Your life.
Candace, I can hang on to that for you if you want.
It won't work.
What?
It won't work on someone unwilling. But if you find someone, or one of the many people in the world who could need it, you now have it, if not for yourselves.
Wait, you say that it will not work on someone unwilling?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's not like a just like generic like poison you could use on somebody.
Well, I suppose that's good in a way, although can't imagine ever having a use for something like this.
Well, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Sure, hold on to it for me. Kalis
I
says, and he hands out and passes the vial, increasingly like thinking about it and getting more and more concerned as he hands it off.
I just, for safekeeping, just in case.
Are you okay, Taryn? Did you see anything unnerving?
Unnerving is not a bad word for some of it, yes. But I'm fine.
Right. Well, I imagine we'll have to go over that, each of our visions in time.
Yes.
Alright. And with that, sort of give you what's it called? A sort of a light bow as they lean forward, and they turn around as they begin walking back towards the innards of the temple, and the door closes behind them.
Well, I mean, if unless there's anything here,
I forgot this
I think
fucking
we're.
book.
That
Sorry.
was fun.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was informative.
Mm-hmm. It was enlightening.
We should visit more creepy temples in the future.
Wait, what more in the future? Sorry, I missed that middle
We
part.
should visit some more creepy temples in the future.
We've done at least 2 so far. 3,
Yeah,
actually.
I know. It's great.
I'm
Oh,
not quite won over by
technically
the
4.
idea yet.
Because one temple you ended up going to another temple in.
4, that's right. Yeah.
Hmm.
We have almost a full glove.
Does it really count as an adventuring temple if it's in the middle of a city, though?
Depends how you got there, and I think it qualifies.
I mean, creepy temple, man.
It's like saying these are equal to the temple in National Treasure. I mean, come on, it's in New York. So unless we had any more business with the corpse of Lady Wisterian,
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should probably get back on the boat, right?
Yeah, I don't want to drown. I can't breathe water. I'm not as strong a swimmer as some other people here.
Fucking Camus dives into the wall of
Swimming?
water.
I'm just a human.
Oh yeah, now my fur is like a little bit poovier now because it's been washed and dried, air dried.
So how do we get back up? We get in the boat, or what?
So as you guys make your way back onto the boat, and what's it called? And he sort of is like, I think it should happen eventually. It's not in a Nah, magic isn't like an exact science, kinda. There's like it's a whole bunch of wonky stuff, you know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just gotta give it some time.
Well, I guess we have enough time for you to tell us what you saw and the answer to your question because it's kind of relevant to all of us, I think.
Oh, do we all want to share? I think that could be fun.
No, I didn't say that. Yours is the only one that's relevant to all of us.
Hey,
I like sharing.
I
I saw water.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw water. It's pretty cool. I think I saw a ghost.
Pretty cold, actually. Yeah.
Did she go in while I wasn't looking?
You're next. Looking at Taryn.
No. Saw some people, did some things. Let's move on.
No, people are cool. Careless.
Oh no.
I didn't even look. I'm sorry.
Without failing, required.
Pass.
Hard pass.
Oh, okay. Young Yu Bog. How about you, man? Or brother?
Um it's actually really funny that you mentioned it because it was really weird what happened. You sure you don't want to share yours, guys, first?
It's not really relevant to anybody else here, so.
I mean, you're part of the team. If it's that important to
Remember
you, I
when
think
you
your
were our
team.
prisoner?
That's a strong word for it.
Oh, those are good times.
I think it's the present day was when that happened.
I was your prisoner because I chose to be. Let's get that straight.
Okay, well then you can choose to have your other option, or you can tell us what you saw in there.
Hey, I'm just looking out for you guys. I mean, it's not good to have party members keeping secrets from each other and all that kind of stuff. But I'll talk. Okay? Sound good?
Please.
So it's kind of weird. So sort of thinks to himself for a second. How do I phrase this? So you know how we all want, him to not do that whole thing where he tries to do bad things to your whole realm because the material plane's okay-ish at times because well I was trying to basically to put it into words. My question was how at what point in his sort of web of plans could I find a way to interrupt him so we wouldn't have to worry about this, at least until I was dead. Because permanently isn't really an option, you know. Because, like, demons, devils, they don't really die. It's like, you know, you're not a demon, you wouldn't know. Like, you get killed and you get kind of annoyed and you come back after a little while. So, anything you do to him is just gonna be temporary. Maybe for a few centuries or so if you're lucky. Um, and it was a little strange because, um, how do I say this? What I saw was myself in back in the Shadowfell, and that's kind of a no-no. I really wouldn't want to be doing that. Um, as well as what's it called? Um, Jung M and the rest of the boys. Really strange experience. Because we don't trust, not the most well-adjusted family. There's been so much drama. Like there was that one time. No, this is an important story. This is an important story. Because
Okay.
there was this one time where when we were first coming up, and I don't know if you talked about this, but yeah, she got bullied a lot. She was a little feisty though, and she no okay. I just think the story probably isn't relevant.
I'm interested.
Well, you just said you wanted me to stay on topic.
I think we should focus on the more overriding matter. I'm sure Jogan will tell us when she feels comfortable.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay, fine. Her story to tell, sure. If she remember, yeah, sure.
Tell us more about the cult.
Do you want me to answer the question? I had a story to tell. You asked
Oh
me.
my god. Tell the story, brother.
I'm
Was this
mean.
I'm
vision-
trying, but you keep interrupting me.
Was this vision of the present day or of the future, or was it of the past?
Not well. Clearly not of present day, because here we are, and not of past because, well, everyone looked a bit older, and I felt a little different. I'll get into that in a second. Um, but we weren't. It wasn't just the four of us. There was a strange figure behind it, and this is the part where I was kind of trying to avoid telling you. So you know how
Yes, we
I'm
noticed.
doing all this. I may have a few ulterior motives.
No. You?
I resent that. Uh, so in the Nine Hells, things get a little rough. So any play for powers, you gotta move up in the world. You know, you don't want to be an imp forever. No one wants to be. Come on, I'm honest with myself in this part at least. I'd like to go somewhere. Pays terrible. Laughs himself a little bit. Um, and see, the part where it gets tricky is that there was a figure with us, and he's how do you say? So he's no big shot. You know how in the Nine Hells people rule the certain lairs and all that stuff. Because it's general chaos and they all want to kill each other. But with us was not the leader, but one of the archgenerals of Avernus. And I think that's kind of strange because last time I spoke with him, he killed me. It wasn't in hell. So I don't know what exactly needs to happen to get from here to there, but I'm not looking forward to speaking to him again.
Is
Did
that
your
all?
vision tell nothing else of the attack?
Oh yeah, there was a few other things. Something to do. That was like the major thing, but it showed me like a few small flashes. Like there was this like snowy area What do you? Do you have a map? Let me. You kind of like. I could show you. It didn't seem as important though. Um, and he kind of. Oh, I should probably move you guys over to the page with the map on if I'm gonna use the map.
Yes, there's a map.
It's been so long.
I know. It
And
was
he's
all
like,
blurry.
you have to zoom out and zoom in sometimes if it's fucked up.
Uh,
And he looks at it and he's like, yeah, I guess I saw a whole bunch of locations and there was like these like weird sigil type things like on the ground. But I didn't think too much of it because I didn't recognize the sigils. One was in this large like kind of mountainy snowy area. I don't know really what that means.
These sigils were all in separate, far-flung locations, or they were in the snowy
Uh,
region.
yeah. I was getting to that. There was one in some snowy area, one in some sort of mountainous valley area. Where is it? A swamp? It smelled terrible. There was this huge crocodile, and there were these people, and they were like elves, but I think they were wood elves. They were very angry. They weren't angry at me because it was intangible. They weren't hitting me, but they just seemed really pissy at like these lizard things. And another one was strangely enough underwater. Like I think I was underwater. I couldn't really see much, but it was almost similar to here. It's just sort of deep, not like as a temple type way, but I'll just show you about where I thought it was as he kind of pulls over to the map, and you see him pull out these group of pins as he marks the Queen's Landing area, the Emerald Lane, over the oh fuck, what was the name of that place?
The Spring Gulf.
Well, this between the Spring Gulf and Distant Bay.
Crimson
Crimson
View?
View.
Yeah.
Crimson, yeah.
That's a town, though, right?
What's it called? The town's name is Crimson View, and that place is called Crimson Pass. Yeah. That's a slight oversight on my part, and I'll put that on there.
Crimson Pass.
Yes.
Do you remember what these sigils looked like? Were they all the same? Were they different? What do they look like?
As he kind of looking for something to write with, he sort of draws out the sigil for you all. Feel free to give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Arcana.
I'm not going to do great on this. Ooh, actually, it's a +1. That's surprising.
Just Terran for this one.
Anyone who's looking, really.
Ooh, sweet. I'm gonna do it too.
I'll give it a shot, even though just because Kalis cares, not because he's good at anything.
I got a 7.
Sure, I'll do it too. Oh.
Hey, Todd.
Somehow, I would not have seen that coming. Okay, so as the three of you look at it, you see Taryn sort of kind of scratching her chin a little bit, but the three of you recognize it as not exactly the type you've seen before, but it has a lot of similarities to teleportate to a teleportation circle.
I tell Taryn what I think it is. I think it might be a teleporter type thing. I think we've seen one before. Maybe.
Wonder why they're so spread out like that. Well, that makes it sound like a stupid question, but that's not what I mean. I feel like if they just wanted to teleport places, there'd be a better way to do it. I don't think can't be that straightforward.
Hmm.
And what was your question that you had asked the waters?
Um, I I wanted to find a way to stop whatever Father's plan would be from affecting this plane. While how do you say uh possibly gaining some status in the underworld. Underworld, hell underworld, not like your criminal garbage stuff. But that's like a minor thing. How?
Well, that's partially helpful. This Crimson Pass, is it a tundra-like region? I don't know how to say this.
Uh, I don't think so, but I've never been there myself. That's like out in like buttfuck nowhere. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone have any reason to go towards that area. That's so it's more like frontier area from what I've heard. Not much in the way of your traditional law and order, those type of things. I heard they got a really cool casino though. I haven't been myself, but I've heard about it.
That's
Casino?
terrible.
What is that?
What's a
Casino. Oh, sister. Oh, sister. You have so many things to learn. Imagine if I could take all your money and possibly just throw it to the ocean. Or you could get twice as much money. Maybe even more.
Ooh. That seems interesting.
It's great.
But wait, does Jungam have a gambling addiction?
You've gambled twice, I think. There was that event in Granite Den.
Yeah. Would it be like sleight of hand? Well, I guess if you want to cheat, it would be
Yeah,
sleight of
if you were gonna cheat, it would be yeah.
Oh, I could be down for that.
I don't approve of this direction.
Wait. Do you have something we need to do before we can do any of that? This technically was an official mission. Have we completed our mission for this month? Or the coming month?
I don't know. We didn't have.
Well, okay, so you didn't have an official mission past this point. It was really just you trying to get answers for the dude back in Granite Den who was like, was it like 2 months ago, 3 months ago now? You guys spoke to him last? Like in real life?
Did we go back to the city after the Granite Den whole deal?
No.
Yeah, we did for like a day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But we didn't like do the thing that requires us to do every month.
Huh?
Didn't we check? We checked in, didn't we?
But we were rewarded for whatever we did in Granite Den, right?
Were we? Yeah, I feel like we were.
I forget, honestly.
Usually, like for the actual like cash awards, you guys got them in Revedia, but I might have done things differently if you say already rewarded. I might have.
I truly do not remember. I'm just wondering.
I think that was when Father's what's his face's real name, when he appeared, that was like our day back in Revedia, and that was when we got paid.
Okay. Oh yeah, you guys. Oh, you did go back for a day. Okay. Yeah.
Stark supported us, I think, or something like that.
No, the stone speaker did.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That happened so long ago.
We still need to do the thing for the guy, for the ship captain dude. Jason? Is his name Jason?
I think we've paid our debt, have we not?
Oh, you're talking about Jay. In exchange for bringing you guys out here, he wanted your help with a little underwater expedition.
Yes.
On the way back. because you guys seem to be
Oh, it was on the
in
way
quite the
back.
Oh
rush.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's we have to get back somehow. Well, I guess now we have options with the ship and all, but yeah.
Alrighty. And you guys notice as this conversation has started going on for a while, as you guys have been standing in the captain's quarters, um, unlike before, you see hints of sunlight starting to crawl through the windows as you guys seem to be rising closer and closer to the surface. And probably won't be too much longer before you guys make your way back up to the top.
Okay, this ship doesn't have a name, does it? It's just like the big ship with the engine.
Honestly, the last like 2 months have fucked up my brain so much. I don't even remember what does and doesn't have names anymore.
I don't.
Dude, I have a name.
Let me see. Hold on.
I mean, technically, it's your guys' ship now. You can name whatever you want to.
I'm just wondering if it has a name on the side. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I was just checking. Anyway.
Don't think it does. I don't have anything written down for the name.
Sweet. Now we need to spend another fucking 2 months figuring out what to name this ship. So does my brother want me to take him anywhere or something like that, or is he okay on his own? Like, what is his next moves?
He kind of looks over you. I'll be fine. I still got a few things I need to be figuring out on my end. I have to go get a new assistant as well. Cause and he kind of points to the only skeleton with a pair of horns. Yeah. I'll be Have you really not learned how to magically message people at this point? How long have you been doing this?
Me?
Yes, you. Who else?
I don't like messaging people. I like seeing them in person.
Well, how the fuck? How would you see people in person if they never know where you are?
Why would you message me?
Why don't you message me?
Well, wait. No, I'm not gonna message you. I refuse. You're lucky I came and saw you this time.
Jurgen,
Lucky?
we didn't come to visit him. He happened to be here, and we took him prisoner after defeating him-ish.
You can't see me because I'm not facing you, but I'm rolling my eyes.
Actually, he grabbed Sparks in the giant construct, didn't he?
Yes, I did.
And then Sparks cast like Firewall or something.
But did not kill me, and I chose not to bludgeon him and smear him against the concrete or the stone.
Probably best for you. He would have exploded in your face, literally. So.
Should see a doctor about.
Oh, by the way.
Anyways!
One second. The name of the ship is called The Forgotten. Arden, one of our viewers, said it.
Oh, nice. I've got a really weird note here. And I just would like to address it because I know it's been a while, but I have written here frogs in a cage in captain's quarters, and I want to know what that's about.
Oh, I like frogs.
Why?
Because they're cool.
Why do you have them in a cage?
I'm not gonna let them around. They're not gonna hop around the court. What? It's a sensible thing to do with animals on the sea.
How do you feed them? Are they still alive right now? I don't.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine.
Okay.
It's nice not having to sleep alone. What?
And you just have these frogs because you like them.
Yeah, I like frogs. sometimes when I get lonely, I'll just turn into a frog and we'll all chill.
I feel that.
It's an imp thing. It's. Okay. Gotta get my composure back after the. I feel that.
I don't even try to ask you to make it wet.
Don't act like you've never been low. Shut up. Anyways, Jungim. Come on, you know spells and stuff. Don't. I need to get going. If you don't mind, I'm taking my robot with me, and if you do mind, I'm still going to do it.
And what do you? What are your aims with these sigils? Is there anything else you saw on the underwater one? We have nothing to go on.
I mean, there was only one thing. The ground around it was like kind of weird. It wasn't like normal, like ocean floor. It was almost like these big, like crescent-like things. How do I describe it? Like, kind of looked like scales when I really think about it. But it was like it was like lying there on the ground. I don't know what that means, but I'm off to go do some investigating. I have some allies. I might go stop by Granada, talk to a friend. Do that or go spend some time in. There's a guy in Stygian I know who might have some answers.
What and what do you think we should do with these sigils? Should we find them? Take their magic from them?
I mean, I feel like he'd be pretty pissed if they got messed up. They seem pretty important. I don't know if they're directly linked to him, but I feel like it's a safe assumption. I don't know. Do you guys have anti-magic juju? Can you? I know she. What?
Can we just break them? Are they like in the ground? Can we just destroy the ground?
Oh, I mean, if you really fuck it up, I guess. I hadn't thought of that, to be perfectly honest.
Well, if we can get to the area, I can locate them, and then I imagine Sparks or one of us, who's not me, could address them.
Well, I'd just say be careful. They all had like a. They gave you weird vibes, and not just evil like bad Shadowfell magic. They all felt strong, like places of power. I would almost say. I know there's.
Powers nearby.
Oh God, fuck! I didn't even think. I know the north is a sketchy place, up near that Queen's Landing place, but I've never been there myself. It's too cold for me. But yeah, I don't like this conversation. Starting to feel awkward now because I don't know what to say. Unless you're going to say anything else, I'm gonna disappear in a couple seconds.
Wait.
What? Wait, what?
Hug.
Oh God.
I detest this. Please stop squeezing me.
I hate to say this. I really hate to say this.
Oh, I was you gonna say that.
No, I'm not. Beyond dealing with these sigils that you saw as best we can, is there anything else you think we can do to help? Because I don't like you, but I don't want this shit to happen any more than you do, apparently. So for now, we're allies, it appears.
Yeah, if it's any consolation, you've not left the best impression. So don't worry about feeling bad because you dislike me and I like you. So you don't have to worry about that.
I don't feel bad, don't worry.
Okay.
I'm still hugging him, by the way.
Yeah, could you stop? I just say, be careful. I have no doubt that at any moment there could be some sort of thing or person who's out to kill you, because you seem like your group is quite the pain in the ass. Um, so be wary, because even if you can't see him, he can probably see you.
Do you know of any way to prevent him from seeing us?
If you have there's certain spells that can prevent divination or items, but you'd have to go find those. So I don't. The one I have is mutual to me or exclusive to me. But I'm sure you got. If from Revedia, you can probably find a whole bunch of magic things, right? Isn't that what you guys do? No? Okay. Alrighty. Yep, thank you. Please let go of me unless you want to venture to the various hells. Thank you.
Okay, bye, brother.
Okay, yep, this is weird. Um, you see as, what's it called? As he kind of sits himself on top of the golem for a second and begins, starting these kind of infernal guttural incantations as he casts plane shift. And there's a sort of smell of brimstone left in the air as you guys. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say everyone. When he mentions a scaled creature in his vision, that reminded me of something. There's this expedition to find the the speculated about monster within the heart of Reveed.
Didn't. Oh God, what's his name?
Varys?
Ferris and oh God, the kobold, what the fuck? Like Ark or something.
Oh shit.
Asel.
Asel, yes.
Asell is how I
Sorry.
wrote that, I guess. I'm not sure if that's right.
They went toward the heart of Reveed long time ago. It feels like.
Oh yeah, it's definitely been a bit by now.
Here's my note from March.
Well,
Oh,
that was
God.
2 years ago.
Oh god,
Dear
that was
God, from March.
holy shit. Has
March?
it been that long?
Times.
Like, how long was that in game? That was only like a couple of weeks, right?
No.
Well, that was before we went to Granadon.
Yes.
Yeah, that was well before. And I think that was
It was as we were
halfway.
sailing to Granadon.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, yeah.
That was like
Maybe.
a 4-week journey, I think, or a 2-week journey, and they bugged out about halfway through.
So I think it is like with everything, all the travel, it's been like about a month since they left, maybe a little bit more, if I remember correctly.
Okay, that's
Oh
cool.
shit.
So I'm assuming Jade probably pulled his boat beside ours, right?
Hopefully.
Eventually, you see the boat kind of creeping, or the sub kind of creeping in the distance, and then he sees you guys up on deck and realizes that you're not the people who are going to kill him, and he eventually.
I mean, he knows
pulls
we
up.
took the boat. I swam to him.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So, yeah, and then Manta would kind of roll up to you guys as the top of it kind of pops up as it's significantly below what's it called, where you guys are on the top decks of the ship, and you just hear him yell up, so you guys good?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're still here.
We're
I'll throw a
breathing.
rope down to him.
Sure, I'll make my way up. As he climbs up the side of the
As he
ship.
grabs the rope, I'll pull the rope up and try and race him.
He doesn't like it based on the noise he makes when you start doing it. But as
Small
he kind
man.
comes up to the side of the boat. It's like, that wasn't necessary. Okay, I appreciate it nonetheless. But I see you guys have commandeered you a ship to yourselves, and Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? Oh wait, no, the bodies dissolved because they were demons. Damn. But yes,
Yeah.
it seems to be a kind of a big ship for you guys all to be running, but I'm sure you can figure. Yeah, what's the fuck are you doing with this?
This.
We took it.
Well,
What's the word? Commandeered it?
Sure, got that part. I understand that the boat is no longer in possession of whoever the previous owner was. But it kind of gestures towards the whole, like, entirety of the ship. Like, there are four of you.
yes, when we got here, the Forgotten was overrun by these monstrous creatures, and by the imp and the Lady Wisterian.
Those creatures were terrible.
I mean, I don't know any of what you're talking about. That's pretty much gibberish to me. But like, how are you going to man a ship this huge? You just leaving out here in the ocean? What's the?
Well,
Isn't
there's
it
two
one
guys here right now.
Do we have
Or
the
three.
humans still here?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, there was like three.
Like,
There was four dudes below deck, wasn't it? I forgot about them.
I mean, we didn't kill any of them, so it's
Yeah,
the same crew.
yeah, just the ones that got thrown overboard. Well, they didn't. They. Oh, anyways, uh.
shit.
So yeah,
sorry.
they can man the boat. I'm
Uh,
assuming it takes more than 4 kilo to actually man a boat.
Do you know anything about boats? Yes,
Well, isn't this one mechanical? Doesn't that help?
it does help, but the thing is,
I
you're
can
most
learn.
most people don't paddle boats around. You don't need, like, I'm just talking about to man the rig. It just moves on its own forward. Yeah, you guys seem confident. I don't want to question you too much, but there is a there was a there was a kind of shape. It was a part two to this whole ordeal. You guys
You still have a task for us.
just like a minor thing. Um, if you guys wouldn't mind, it'd be nice.
How far is it from here?
It'd probably be a bit of ways. If it wouldn't be too bad if, let's see, he tries to do some math in his head. If you guys want to stop back at the town, you could probably. I've managed to narrow down the area, but I'm still doing some last minute searching. Uh, you guys, yeah. He kind of thinks himself for a second. Did I tell you what I needed or what I needed help with?
No, you did not.
What direction are we going in? Is this thing
What are you saying?
what where what direction is the place that you want to go?
Okay, so I'll put on the map. Oh shit! What the fuck? You guys are about like where would it be? About like right here on the map, that little red dot that I just drew.
Oh wow, we're way over there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys.
We were.
You guys have been traveling for a while now, to get to this point, and the place he has been searching around is in this area over here.
Let's head back towards land.
So just as so, are you guys cool with what do you call Like sea monsters and those kind of things. Like, have you had any experience with those? Like large sea creatures?
We're very interested in sea creatures.
I didn't ask if you were interested. I asked if you had experience.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yes, we
What's
fought
a
off
sea creature?
those uh, sharks. Large man riding sharks. Men riding large sharks.
That's yeah. You sure did. You sure did. But that's kind of small fry stuff. So basically, I found this area of ocean. What's it called? Northeast of Ignoble Fall. It goes a little bit deeper than most of the surrounding area. It's actually quite strange. It's almost as if there's just sort of this giant cylinder carved out of the earth, going downwards, just through the ocean floor. And I tried to go down it a little bit, but then this strange fish passed by my ship, right? And it wouldn't have been, I see fish all the time, but it would just look normally as something about the size of, how do you say? Just like a normal, like, tuna. Tuna are pretty large, but it's about half the size of the ship. So I figured if I was going to go in there, I'd probably want to turn back, considering there are things much more dangerous than tuna in the ocean, especially at that size. Or larger sizes.
What eats tuna?
What eats tuna? Anything that wants to hunt tuna? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea what could possibly survive down in the water that deep. The ship could barely handle it. I made adjustments since then. Um, but the thing is, I figure whatever is down there that's eating tuna that big is probably a lot bigger. Just I don't want to let you guys know what's happening beforehand. That's why I said there's no hard feelings if you want to stop at town beforehand.
Getting water breathing stuff might be fine. That might be a good idea.
We already have our water breathing
Just potions.
items.
Don't they run it? Oh Jesus!
I mean, eventually,
No,
but it's like
I mean,
it's an hour, I believe, for the potions of water breathing.
I would feel comfortable with something that lasts a little longer.
we have the hat too.
The hat.
Okay. Actually, now probably wouldn't be a good time as we decide what's next to go on a quick 5 minute break or so. So yeah. With that, we will be right back, and if we're not, that's because the sun exploded. Alrighty. See you in a second, guys.
Uh,
Ooh, hello, hello. Yeah, I'm sure I want to get back still. Alrighty. Uh-oh, I goofed. Shit. Okay. The only way anyone notices is if they hear me just now say that. Cool beans. 2, 1. Hello, everybody. We're back with the Tales of Revedia, and just so you know, not all bones float. The moment we stepped off, as our party had been making their arrangements with Jay, as he was describing to them the work he needed to have done for him in exchange for bringing them to the ship in the first place. I believe you guys were deciding on whether the decision to head straight there, if there's anything else you want to do in the meantime. But you guys have some time to decide. Oh, you definitely have time for a long rest. Unless Kraken or Leviathan were to attack the ship, and probably wouldn't be able to get a long rest in that instance, but that's highly unlikely. So you guys, okay, so you guys are going to be continuing to, you guys are just going to man this ship. I assume you're using your skeletons to man this ship as well to some capacity. Like, I don't know what's, okay. So you got a crew of like, what? Maybe 15 people altogether. How many skeletons do you have right now? Too many? Yep. The humans aren't skeletons yet. Oh, yeah. This is including them. Eight, 4 crew members. All of you. It'd be a pretty bare bones crew, but y'all can get the job done. Okay. Train of thought. We need to come back onto what we were saying. So oh, okay, I guess we're not. She said no. Okay. About them Red Sox, I guess. Oh, bones. I feel like elephants would have really dense bones. So no, Elijah. We're not. In real life, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Oh fuck. I've said so much stupid shit in like the past minute and a half. I don't know how to become a normal human being again. Uh and are you guys just gonna set sail in the morning then? Once you guys have your rest? What? What time is it? You guys got here. This all started at night. If I remember correctly, the attack on the boat started sinking. It took several hours. It extended until the morning period. Um, go. The submarine is way smaller than this thing. Be a lot slower if it's on the side. His exploration submarine was just simply not built for the role of a tugboat. I know it seems like a pretty stupid idea to not have a submarine that's also a tugboat, but it's the choice he went with. um, I'm just felt like a valid point. Uh, but yeah. So did you guys want to set sail post haste then? Alrighty. Make me intelligence check. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair ask from the Forest Barbarian. Could you tell the guy? To whoever, I can't pronounce your name in chat. Appreciate it, but no, thank you. Um, how do I say? It's not exact. High tech machinery isn't exactly your first nature. Um, but after a bit of tinkering with it, you see. Oh shit! They say they cannot hear you guys. That's strange. It says the.
Like a
Okay,
really.
it's it was
Now
on
you're
the.
saying quiet Elisha.
Yeah.
Guys, we can say stupid things.
Oh no, they can hear you now.
Oh
That
no,
was
we
strange. For
can't
some
say
reason,
stupid
the
things.
default audio device changed when we came off break. But we should be good now. I can see the bar that shows you guys are talking. Apologies
Oh,
for
cool.
that. If it's any consolation, um, they were talking about using a submarine as a tugboat. And what else?
That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Um,
I tried to fire up the ship just to get us coasting to
oh
a
yeah.
slightly different spot in the ocean.
And after a few moments of you kind of trying fiddling with it, you see one of the crew members out of the corner of your eye, like tentatively and timidly, just, "Excuse me, sir. Uh, you need help with the engine?"
Yes, which button is it?
It's
Which button do I press that
it's
makes it
it's
go?
it's it just doesn't exactly work like that. Go for you have to put this the so here's the ignition knob. And this is the knob that you pull this down and it turns the engine. It kind of sparks it gets to life. Okay. Um. So you pull that down, and then um this is how to. Oh no. Well, English hard. The simple version is he kind of points to a lever a few over. This one makes it go forward. But if you put it all the way down, it'll go really forward. So be careful, please.
Do you know how to drive this thing?
Yeah, I was one of the people, the engineers who worked below deck on the engine. I didn't actually steer the ship. He didn't let me do that.
Can you? Do you know how to?
Uh, Navigating's not really my thing, but kind of gesturing towards the group of people about 20 feet away from Kalis, kind of around the pillar. As you can see, who was a sacrificial lamb for this situation. It's like one of our boys can navigate well enough. He didn't do it here, but on his last job, he took care of most of it. We worked together.
Taryn's just gonna like reach up and pat Kalis's like arm or shoulder and be like, "How about we let them handle it because they know what they're doing."
Uh,
And you're from a forest.
we have to know where we're going, though.
Ah, Jay.
Well, you see, we're trying to take this ship underwater.
No, we're not trying to go underwater.
Sir, the ship. It's okay. Um, and you see Jay just kind of exasperated. You come with me. I'll show you where they need to go. As he kind of gestures, kind of snapping at him to hurry up as he kind of gets that little kick in his step as he goes upstairs, and the rest of them are just kind of like, hey. As they all are still not
I,
wanting to get too close to Kalis.
I nudged the lever halfway forward.
And you hear, or you can feel the sort of vibrations uh, in the ship around you as the engine, as sparks start to, what's it called, light up as it whirs to life. And there's this sort of sound like a faint chugging as you feel yourself starting to move forward in the seas. And you hear a voice yell down from above, "You're not even pointed in the right direction!"
I'm gonna push it back.
That's completely fine with me.
What? And the crewmate's like, no, we can't. He tries to show. He's like, puts the. This is the one that go back. We have to pull this to stop the boat because now we're going forward, but because you put it back, we keep our momentum, so we have to reverse a little bit to stop the ship. Just sorry, as he kind of just a little bit and just pushes it back, and then just kind of goes back away from Kalis. Like yeah, we're good now. It's all good. It's a good try. Almost did it.
That's all right. I'm satisfied. I'll leave it to all of you very scared small men, and and then I'll turn and depart.
Okay.
Or just address him like he's really not as bad or scary as he looks usually.
I've never seen what that is, ma'am.
He's fine. He's fine. Yeah.
Are you aware that his head is a deer? I've
Yeah.
never. Okay, sorry.
So was mine.
You're sailors and you haven't
Kind
seen
of.
shit before.
Usually not the.
Well, you're all water based. He's from the forest. Don't worry about it. It's
Like-
fine. I mean, I'm human like you guys. Trust me. Like, I get it. I get it. But he's fine.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go tell them what's going on. Wait, what's actually going on here? Are you like?
Oh,
Are you going to? What are you? Why have you not killed us? Or why are you being nice again?
Why would we kill you?
'Ause you took over the ship, and you guys seem not like the. I don't mean to sound judgmental. Slightly unsavory parts, and then there was the cat man, and I don't know. I just thought you guys seemed a little. Why do you are you gonna let us free eventually? That's the question.
Were you captives before?
No, we were paid, but I feel like we might be now.
What were you being paid?
For the entirety of the voyage, we're getting 30 gold pieces.
I'm gonna give them each 30 more. Now you're paid again, so now you're hired under us. Does that make things clear?
The cat man's not gonna do any more weird stuff, right?
I can't guarantee that, but I won't let him do any weird stuff to you.
Kind of like quietly, so the people behind him, I'll take it. It's like,
There's 4 of them,
yes.
so that is, oh Jesus, math, 120 gold.
There needs to be some sort of magical way to take income tax from transactions. The government can make so much money off of that. Think about that in the future.
Yeah, he did do that, Kalis.
I forgot. Spark said.
At least
I
one of them.
disembarked the crew. Oh yeah, it was several.
To be fair, a lot of them were zombies before we even got there.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, as you guys take your long rest,
Oh my
as
god.
the first one in what feels like, I don't know, maybe like 2 months, a month and a half or some
Yeah.
shit. as you guys find yourselves resting atop the waves. Jay after giving him instructions, making his way back to the ship, at least for the night, because he's a bit more comfortable there as opposed to on here.
Is it night?
Oh shit! It's not. It's like midday, because you guys were up so fucking long. But I assume you guys could wait towards the night to take a rest, or you could rest during the day and set off at night.
Yes.
That wasn't a yes or no question. Answer again.
Really, I'm going to take a long rest right before 24-hour happens since the last time I took a rest.
Let's just go now, and we can rest on the way.
Because I need
I mean,
to
unless our crew are exhausted.
Taryn is not gonna rest right away. Like after, whenever the resting happens, and everybody else goes into their respective resting places. It sounds more permanent than I meant it to be. She's just gonna like. I didn't read that permanently. She's gonna stay above deck and just sort of like stare out across the ocean for a while. I'm happy taking like a half rest too.
Okay. But you guys can definitely set off beforehand then, as you guys still have some daylight on your hands, and make your way towards this marked area on the map that Jay had put before you. But yeah, as eventually you guys manage to make your way, Jay sort of leading ahead of you all, kind of keeping that visual reference in front of you with Samantha, until eventually you guys decide to settle down and rest. Did anyone have anything you wanted to do in particular over the course of the rest?
Recast my raised dead.
But if you do that, they can't kill you in your sleep.
I repeat. Recast.
Whack. Alrighty. And if that is all, then it is a new dawn and a new day as you guys, what's it called? Continue making your way off at sea. At this point, it's probably about, roughly, the journey itself from where you are to the location. If I remember, oh shit, I can do math here. We can hit him with a good old Pythagorean theorem, because I believe it took you 4 days to get to the location. 2 days, something like that, 3 days.
I don't remember at this point.
Well, then if I don't remember this number, then all this math is thrown out the window.
You can just pick it up again and not tell us.
Yeah, I already did in my head.
You can just do the 3x5, 3, 4, 5 triangle and just pick one of the 3, 4, 5.
Shut up, bitch. You nerdy shit. No one cares about no Pythagorean or any of that shit. But
snake.
As you guys wake up, still about a day left in your journey, so you guys have pretty much a free day to yourselves on the ship, whatever you guys want to do. And unless there's anything in particular as the men are kind of going about and you guys are doing your best to keep the ship running in whatever capacity it needs to. Let's see. Let's see. Taryn, probably around halfway through the day or so, you get a brief sort of voice in the back of your head. A familiar one, but not an unfriendly familiar one. As you hear the voice of Baron Samir, just kind of speaking out. Just sending a brief message. You guys have been gone a while. Want to check on things. If you're dead, you will not receive this, and I will know. Just want to see how things are doing, and if you're returning anytime soon. That's all. You can respond to this message.
Is it the next thing I say respond to it? Do I have to like think about it?
Yeah, it's just like it's just a sending spell. Just you send a simple message back.
Okay.
I think it's like 25 words or something like that.
Odd. Can I tell my compatriots first, or do I have to like immediately send it back?
You have a bit of time, but probably not more than like 30 seconds or a minute or so.
Ah, so enough time. Doing fine. Got a ship. Trying to figure things out. Be back eventually.
All right.
Thank you, Kayla.
And you can feel your message go through, and can tell that he has received it. And with that, not much else eventful happens throughout the day. As you guys begin making your way closer and closer back towards the coasts of Revedia. And as another day comes to pass, eventually, you see Jay sort of give you all the signal to start slowing the ship down. Eventually, as you do so, as you all stop, and he pulls himself up alongside you. Bring yourself up onto the boat. Says, we're right about over the area. This is the part where you're going to have to leave the ship to its own devices, though, because I don't think you're going to be able to get this thing underwater, or at least get it back up afterwards.
Well, my plan was to the 4 guys are gonna stay there, and my skeleton's gonna stay there because I'm not bringing skeletons with me.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're not gonna try to steal it with the skeletons there.
What if the skeletons steal it?
We already stole it. They can't steal it again.
That's okay. I'm sure Sparks won't leave without us.
One would hope.
I was like, nah, dog. I need myself a boat.
Alrighty. Yes, because there's nothing he loves more than the ocean.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't want to get back into it.
That's
It's like,
true.
no, this is great.
But kind of looking at you all. So yes, I hope you're ready. As I don't know exactly what awaits below us, but just to give you some context as to what we're looking for. This area used to be part of a sort of it's a section of a trade route that came down into Ignoble Fold. A lot of ships that went along this route. Most of the writings I found labeled back to around 700 or 800 years, so it's probably going to be some pretty old valuables if there's anything still intact. I don't know how deep they will be. I don't know how deep that hole goes. But just be prepared. All we need to do is survive and get the things back up towards the top.
What are the things again we're looking for?
I'm not exactly sure what precisely will be. The cargo manifests were almost illegible, being so old. But there should be a lot of how do you say? Given the age, a lot of dwarven magical items, because this was back before they got all paranoid. I'm hoping to find some personal, like smaller relics, maybe some coinage. Be quite older. Anything that would be sent to Granite Den, possibly. So there might be things like various metals and ingots and sort of other things like that. So it has the potential to be extremely valuable even outside of the historical relevancy.
Good to know.
So, if that being the case, I think it's time for you all to come aboard.
Which of you would like to take the cap of water breathing? it might prove of special use, especially if you need to incant spells aloud.
Should that go to Jigun then?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yay! I don't get to drown today.
Yes. Yeah, so I'll pass it over.
Yeah.
If I drown, let my daggers drown with me.
It's okay. They'll always return to you.
Oh, it's plenty of water.
Oh,
for
right.
drinking
Yes.
breathing potions. They're like
But yeah,
15.
breathing potions you can still cast fine if you're drinking those. Just as long as you can make the mouth noises, which you can only not do if you're drowning. But yeah. Now I need to remember what I said while I was accidentally muted. Yes.
Could you like
Go ahead.
Can you drink 2 potions and have 2 hours, or it just
No.
resets?
It would just reset. Magical effects
carry
cannot
2 potions.
stack like that. Yes.
Just had to make sure.
How many potions do we have?
On the ship, on Jay's personal ship on the Manta, he has a stash of 12. He would prefer them not to all be used, but sometimes things are how they are. Yeah.
Our like Super Mario like coin counter appears on the side of the screen.
Not the Sonic like death
Rings.
music
Oh.
when you're underwater.
Oh God, that's oh well. There goes my PTSD. So, as you all, what the fuck? Hello, roll 20. Load yourself up onto Jay's ship. And were you all just taking 2 potions? Is that your plan, or except for who has the cap? I assume.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds
Alright.
great.
He hands those out to you. He kind of. Go ahead.
Yeah, we could each take 3 potions. Because it's just. No, I'm stupid. Like, we could each take 4 potions, except for Juggin, who can breathe constantly.
Jay mildly offended that these are his potions and he would like some.
Oh,
Maybe he should take 3.
Oh, I assumed you'd be staying
I
aboard.
thought we bought some on our own.
No,
ahead of time.
Oh, maybe you guys did. I believe you guys spoke about it. I don't remember if you had or not.
I think Taryn paid for the cap of water breathing.
I let you pay for it.
No, you paid for it.
Oh, did I? I remember you loaned me something.
But Jay is just simply holds up a hand. This is my profession. I'm just hiring some extra help in case things get riskier than usual.
I did loan you something, but I have it written down somewhere.
I owe you one something, whatever it is.
Don't worry about it.
Something in that situation where the stuff happens. No stress.
I'll figure it out one day. Don't worry.
If you ever need some sort of sacrifice for, I don't know, a dark god or something.
You never know.
Okay. So, you all load up to the ship, distribute your potions in the manner you do, which I'm assuming Jay would like is a potion. Eventually you guys start to making your way towards the bottom of the sea as the hatch is sealed over you, and quickly as you guys begin descending lower and lower, you can see the sunlight from above starting to fade away. It's pretty standard to what you guys had experienced when you were first traveling with Jay. Not too much of note to really be concerned about. Until, as you guys are probably making your way for about 45 minutes at this point, just chugging through below the waters. Jay kind of looking at this sort of like almost sonar like map he has sit on his like little station. Uh, Kind of examines it from us as we should be just about here. As you guys go forward a little bit, and you see as you guys have been kind of skirting along the ground, which is illuminated by the magical headlights, like the what's it, continual flame? That's the thing that had been illuminating your way. Um, Ahead of you, you just see a drop. Where the seafloor almost is like as he described earlier, almost like it was completely like just cut out of the ground, extending on the left side and right side further than you can see with the light. Because so yeah, this is it. It's quite a bit larger than most, well, parts of the ocean that look like this, which don't even really exist now that I think about it. But yes, welcome. And
Question.
go ahead.
You said that it was so deep that this ship could kind of barely keep it together. How are we gonna fare out there?
Well, the potions of water breathing usually take it's sort of like all encompassing. I think it should be fine.
You think?
I mean, that's all we can do. Unless you like to go test it. I feel pretty confident. I've been in deep waters before, and using potions has kept me safe as long as, with the exception of being this deep, I can't exactly use my apparatus. He kind of gestures towards the floor below him. But I feel pretty confident. I'm more
Okay.
worried about the things in the ocean than the ocean.
Fair. Okay.
So, with that, as he says, just be prepared to exit the ship in case anything um, decides it wants to be a little aggressive. And as he says that, almost as if on cue, because we can do that in imagination, um, you
Like
see
behind him out the window, just like you see like a fin of just like creature that's so anyway. Sorry.
not exactly close, but not exactly. Um, Sort of taking up the majority of like this sort of area in front of you, maybe about 40 to 50 feet ahead, where it's sort of like the edge of this hole is. You see what seems to be this sort of long and huge red object. It's a sort of circular type thing, as crawling over the corner of which is this crab that's almost rivaling the size of the ship you guys arrived in. And you see at this point, as Jay turns around, we're going to rise now. As he quickly reaches to the controls and brings you guys up above the level of the crab. That's what I'm talking about, as he points down. They don't make those that size. I've never. It's actually bigger than I thought it would be.
It's
Um,
cute.
You make it
no,
that
no,
size.
that's not cute. That could grab the ship. Are you aware of what that is? It's okay. I know it's a crab, but it's not like a normal crab because saying it's a crab doesn't sound intimidating. I'm just saying we should be cautious.
Yeah. That's yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
Am I familiar of like giant elk or like any sort of like ecosystem that's like uh got mega fauna in it?
You would be familiar. You would have been told stories of other Feywild creatures about. Sometimes places intermingled with Fey magic can cause like these sort of huge creatures to exist, or sort of parts of it like magnified in other ways. Like you've seen elk with antlers that like fucking would almost look like a treetop, like ridiculous things that the magical side effects of the Feywild can do. You haven't seen a giant crab yourself, but it seems pretty plausible.
And these sort of like magically influenced creatures, do they act as their normal counterparts, or are they more aggressive? Or
They generally act as they would in any sort of other environment. But for example, like they're going to hunt something smaller than them. So, like aggressive is they're only more aggressive if they would normally not eat you and they now could.
oh,
It's like any other predator prey relationship. You just sometimes roles get switched.
okay,
I'm just scared.
true.
Gets to the bottom of the dish and there's gonna be a man tied up by these tiny people. Ugh. So, as he sort of cautiously brings himself over the edge, going above the crab, and as you guys begin sinking